Crisis doesn't build character, it reveals it. Because when everything feels uncertain, your team isn't looking for the smartest person in the room. They are looking for the most stable one. And that's where emotional intelligence becomes the leadership superpower. Today, I would walk you through the EQ Playbook for leading through crisis, the same framework we've used in the J. Michael's leadership programs to help executives stay grounded when everything around them shakes. Let's dive in. By the end of this video, you would learn why logic fails in chaos, but EQ thrives, the 4-phase EQ Playbook for crisis leadership, and also how to lead calm, communicate clearly, and rebuild confidence. Because in tough times, people don't remember your strategy, they remember your stability. What most leaders get wrong. When crisis hits, most leaders overcorrect. They either freeze or they overfunction. Some drown in data, others hide behind authority. But the real damage doesn't come from the crisis itself. It comes from the emotional contagion. When the leaders panic, spreads faster than the problem. Crisis doesn't need heroes, it needs humans who can regulate emotions, refocus energy, and rebuild trust. So high EQ leaders do something radically different. They don't deny fear. They distribute calm. They don't suppress emotion. They stir it. They don't try to control outcomes. They stabilize people, because when people feel safe, they think clearly. When they can think clearly, they can solve creatively. And that's how EQ turns chaos into clarity. Every crisis has two battles: the external challenge, which is the market, the money, the logistics, and the internal challenge, which is emotions, morals, and meaning. If you win the internal battle, the external battle becomes manageable. If you lose it, no strategy survives. That's why the next few minutes must be the most important leadership lesson you will hear this year. The EQ Playbook, a 4-phased model for leading through crisis with trust, calm, and clarity. In J.K. Michael's, we call it center, connect, communicate, coordinate. Let's break it down. Phase 1, the center. Manage yourself before the message. The first rule of crisis leadership: regulate before you respond. When everything goes wrong, your team reads your energy before your word. Take a 30-second center. Breathe. Name the emotions. Reset your tone. That small pause can save big mistakes. In J.K. Michael's Crisis Management Lab, we call it the 90-second reset. It's the difference between reaction and response, panic and present. You can't calm the room if you are the storm. Phase 2, connect. Lead hard before you lead hard. People don't follow strategy when they are scared. They follow empathy. Before giving order, acknowledge emotion. Say, I know this is hard. I know there are uncertainty. That one line doesn't make you weak, it makes you real. Connection lowers anxiety, and lowered anxiety raises attention. Once you have their heart, you would have their focus. Phase 3, communicate. Trade clarity for certainty. In crisis, most leaders try to sound certain even when they aren't. It's a trap. People don't need perfect answers. They need honest clarity. Say, here's what we know, here's what we're doing, and here's what we're still figuring out. Transparency breeds trust, and trust is oxygen in crisis. High EQ leaders keep message simple, frequent, and human. They replace long memos with short check-in. Phase 4, coordinate. Create small wins. Build shared control. In chaos, people feel powerless. Powerlessness creates panic. So give your team micro control, small wins, quick actions, visible progress. Say, here's one thing we can fix this week. Here's how we would measure it. Every micro win restores confidence and momentum. And momentum is the antidote to despair. In short, control the controllable and let the rest catch up. So here's the loop. Center yourself, connect emotionally, communicate clearly, and coordinate collectively. That's how you transform crisis from chaos to clarity to confidence. High EQ leaders don't just survive storms, they shape the weather. So let's take a look at some of the action steps you're going to take this week. Morning reset. Before every tough meeting, pause 60 seconds. Breathe. Choose your tune. Number 2, emotional audit. Ask your team weekly, how are we doing emotionally? Not just operationally. clarity, transparent updates, communicate progress honestly, even when it's partial. Trust multiplies when people feel informed. These are the habits that will turn pressure into presence. Here is the identity evolution. Old school leadership said, control everyone. Modern leadership says, stabilize everyone. The best leaders aren't those who avoid crisis. They are those who become anchor in uncertainty. That's emotional intelligence in motion. So, what phase of your emotional intelligence playbook do you need to strengthen right now? Connect, center, communicate, coordinate. Drop it in the comments below. Let's build a community of calm, credible, emotionally intelligent leaders. And if this resonates with you, please hit and subscribe and check the link below for the EQ Leadership Masterclass with J.K. Michaels, and also get a free EQ Crisis Playbook guide you can download right now. Remember, when crisis strikes, people don't look for the loudest leaders. They look for the calmest one. So be the calm, be the clarity, and be the compass. Because in every storm, someone has to be the steady voice that says, we will figure this out together. I'll see you in class and also in our next video. Think training, think J.K. Michaels. Think training impact, think J.K. Michaels. Bye for now.